So let us solve now the third problems in our topic in algebra, age problems. So this is one of the most difficult problems to solve. But if you know how to do it, this is very easy to solve. So when two of the 8 guys aged 21 and 23 are replaced by 2 new men, the group's average age rises by 2 years. What is the average of the 2 new men? So once again, as suggested, it's practical to use a table to organize the data given in the problem to help us figure out how to solve the problem and establish our equation. So in this kind of problem, I can use a 4x3 table, 4 rows and 3 columns. So this is our table. So these are the columns, 3 columns. And these are the rows. So there are 4 rows in this table. Okay, so we have there are member of the group aged 21 and 23. So let's write down here the original. So we have original. So what does it mean? Original member of the group. Then we have the new. Because the 2 of the members of the original group was replaced by 2 new men. 2 new men. So we have here 2 of the 8 guys. Okay, so originally we have 21 and 23. So these are 2 of the members of the group. So their ages 21 and 23. Okay, so the problem says that when 2 of the 8 guys age 21 and 23, so these are the member of the original group aged 21 and 23 are replaced by the 2 new men. So we don't know, no? 2 new men, so we don't know their ages. So for the new men, so we can have X and Y as their ages, or any letter of the alphabet you can use to represent those unknowns for the 2 new men. Okay, so we have here the original average. Original average. And we have here the new average. So originally there are 8. When 2 of the 8 guys, so the group contains or is composed of 8 guys. So if we let T, so let T be the total age of the 8 guys. Then we have t over 8 because there are 8 of them. So this is what we call the original group's average. The original group's average age. Okay? So, original average age is the total age of the 8 members of the group. So, there are 8 of them. So, you divide this by 8. So, this is the average. Okay? So, we don't fill up this because this belongs to the new average. So, this is for the original. So, for the new average, so we have to fill this up. We don't have to fill this field here. So for this part, the new average, so it says that when 2 of the 8 guys aged 21 and 23, so this one, 21, 23, this is part of this 8 here. The 21 and 23 is part of the original group average. So when the 2 new men, when these 2 old members of the group are replaced, so we have here the word replaced by 2 new men, which is represented by X and Y. So the group's average age rises by 2 years. So rises, the word rises, that means plus. Okay? But we will take care of that later. So the question is, what is the average of the 2 new men? Okay, so the age of the 2 new men are X and Y. So when we speak of average, what is the average of 2 new men? So we have X plus Y. So there are 2 of them. Then divide this by 2. So this is the average age of 2 new men. So when 2 of the original members of the group are replaced by 2 new men, so what will happen to our expression? So the new average becomes, so something like this. Still, the denominator is 8 because still there are 8 of them. But the 2, these persons aged 21 and 23 were replaced by 2 new men, X and Y. So the expression now becomes, we have the total, okay, total age minus, so these 2 are replaced, so we have to subtract by this. So minus the sum of the 2, which is 21 plus 23. Then plus, we take this out, we take this 2 persons, and then we replace it by the 2 new men. So we have to add, we have X plus Y. Okay, so this is now the new average. This is the original average. Okay, then when we replace this 21 years old and 23 years old, so the new average becomes T, the total age minus, remove the ages of the 2 persons, then plus add the ages of the 2 new men, 2 new persons. Still divide by 8 because there are still 8 people in the group. So we have the new expression as T. Now from this table we have T minus, we remove the 2 persons aged 21 and 23. Then we replace that, so we have to add by the new 2 two new men, x plus y, then we divide this by 8 because we're talking of average. So this is what we call the new group's average age. Okay? So these are the information that we have taken from our table and also of course from the problem itself. So we have a statement here that when two of the 8 guys age 21 and 23 are replaced. So replaced, so we have to take that out. So that's why we have this expression t minus 21 or the sum of 21 and 23 then plus. So replace means we have to replace. When we remove it, we replace. So remove or replace, that's minus. Okay, the word replace means minus. Okay, so mention 21 and 23 years old. Okay, so we subtract it from the total t, then replace by 2 new men. So we have x plus y, the ages of 2 new men, so we have to add that one. Then still divide by 8, equal to the new group's average age. But it says that when this happens, when the two guys aged 21 and 23 were replaced, then the group's average age rises by 2 years. So what does it mean? So it's like this. So the equation that we can form from this statement is, we have this expression t minus 21 plus 23 then plus sum of x plus y's ages divided by 8 equal to, so the originally the original group's average age was only t over 8. But when we do this replacement, the group's average rises by 2 years. So it means that we have plus 2. Okay, so this is now the expression that we can, or we have formed out of the condition in this problem. And we have taken this also out from this table. Okay, that's why very important to have this tabulated data, organizing the information given the problem, and then after that, figuring out how to solve this problem, then repeat reading the problems over and over again so that you will be able to understand what we need to do to solve this problem. Okay, so one of the goals here is to formulate the equation, because once we have the equation, it's very easy to solve the problem. Okay, so now we have formulated an equation that has that contains fractions. So the first step in solving equation that contains fraction is to remove the fractions first, or the denominator. So to do that, we have to multiply both sides by the LCD or the LCM. LCD means less common denominator. LCM means less common multiple. But fortunately, we have only 8 on both sides as the denominator. So we just multiply both sides by 8. So multiplying, okay, I will rewrite this expression. T minus 21 plus 23 plus x plus y divided by 8. So multiply this by 8, and then we'll do the same at the right side. T over 8 plus 2, so we multiply this also by 8. Okay, so at the numerator on the left side we have 8, cancels out with the 8 at the denominator, leaving only t minus quantity 21 plus 23 plus quantity x plus y equal to, at the right side we apply the distributive property of multiplication. So we have 8 times t over 8, so 8 times t divided by 8, then plus 8 times 2 is 16. So 8 divided by 8 equal to 1, and times t equal to t. On the right side, we have t plus 16. On the left side, we can simplify this. So we have 21 plus 23, that is 44. Then plus x plus y. Okay? So if you look at both sides, we have common. We have t and t, so we can subtract t on both sides. So minus t, minus t. So what will happen is we have t, positive t cancels with a negative t, becomes 0. Then we bring this down. So this is negative 44. We bring this down. We have plus x plus y. Then equal to this one, positive t minus negative minus t equal to 0, or that cancels out. Then you bring this down. We have 16. So our equation now becomes minus 44 plus quantity x plus y on the left side. On the right side, we have 16. Now, since we are asked to find what is the average of the two new men, so we have to find x plus y divided by 2. That's the average. So we solve first the x plus y on the left side by adding 44 on both sides. Okay, so we add 44 on both sides. So the negative 44 and positive 44 becomes 0. Bring this down. So x plus y equal to, so we have 16 plus 44, that is equal to 60. So we have now solved the total age of the two new men, which is x plus y. And we are asked to solve for the average. So average means the x plus y that we have solved here. We just, okay, I will just rewrite this. X plus y equal to 60. So when you divide both sides by 2, so x plus y divided by 2, so doing this on both sides, divide by 2, so we have x plus y over 2 equal to 60 divided by 2 equal to 30. Okay? So this is now what we are looking for. So the problem says, what is the average of the two new men? So the two new men's ages, x and y, then you divide it by 2, so that's the average of their ages. So therefore, we can say that, answering that question, so therefore, the average of two new men, so we'll add here, no, therefore the average age of two new men is x plus y divided by 2 equal to 30 years. So this is our final answer. Okay, so I hope you have followed the discussions, and if you have any questions or any comments, you may leave it in the comment section below. Thank you very much. See you in our next problem.